Addiction is something that, you know, a lot of people, especially in the United States, struggle with. And it's certain things that arise from addiction, and it could cause certain actions with from for you to do that you really don't even want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's something that I struggle with, and a lot of people, they struggle with certain things. Like for me, it was porn or the hub, you would say. I struggled with that for years. And then honestly, Zot too, smoking Zot, bro. Like I struggle with that as well, man. And it's something that it was very, very terrible and rough. It was hard to unshackle myself from those things. And addiction, it really just changes you. And I know that there's somebody who needs to hear this, and that's why today I'm going to give you 5 reasons or ways that addiction is ruining your life. And just stay to the last one because it's the most important for real. But we're going to go ahead and get into it with number 1. Addiction physically changes your brain. And this is because repeated addictive behavior strengthens the brain's reward system by releasing dopamine. Over time, your brain becomes less responsive to normal pleasures, so you need more of the addictive behavior just to feel normal. And this is why addictions often get worse instead of staying the same. And I can definitely agree with this because for me, especially when it came to smoking, because, when you get high and stuff like that, the next time you do it, it takes more and more and more. Same with, that's literally any addiction. Same when it came to the hub. Like, it started off for me staying in there for in the bathroom 15 minutes, and next thing you know, I'm in there for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it really does kind of eat away at that because, like I said, over time, you need more and more and more to satisfy just that baseline feeling. And that's why it's very, very harmful to you. But we're going to get into the second reason. Addiction is strongly linked to anxiety and depression. A large systematic review of 27 studies found consistent links between smartphone addiction and poor mental health, including higher rates of anxiety and depression. This same pattern right here is seen across many behavioral addictions because they often replace healthy coping mechanisms. That is terrible, man. And it's crazy because addiction is something that could send you down a deep rabbit hole of depression and anxiety. And it really, a lot of times people think that the thing they're addicted to is actually helping them cope and get away from anxiety and depression. That's what I thought. And that's why I'm saying that, because that's exactly what I thought. But you start to realize that, actually it's kind of enforcing the opposite. You think it's helping you get through this tough time or rough stage, but it's actually making it worse. And that in return can make everything, your whole life, do a 180. You know what I'm saying? So number 3, addiction destroys productivity and your future. Man, so whether it's doom scrolling, binge gaming, gambling, drugs, addiction, it consumes time and attention. And research consistently shows internet and smartphone addictions are associated with poor academic performances, reduced work performance, sleep disruption, and difficulty focusing. And I can agree because, well, the thing is, I've always been a disciplined person, and you know what it is that you're thinking about this though. Whatever you're addicted to, you know what you're thinking about. But I've always been a disciplined person, so when it came to things like my addictions, they really didn't get in the way of my productivity, but I could see that it was kind of deteriorating my future. So meanwhile, yes, I was getting high and I was doing that stuff behind the scenes. Of course, I was still working out, still, in good shape, but that I could see that road led down a future that it was going to be hard to unchain myself from, and it was only going to get worse and worse. And when I realized that, I was like, man, damn, I got to get away from this shit. I don't care what it takes. I have to. And, hey, I'm telling you, wait to the last point because I really got something to drop on that one. But we're going to get into the 4th reason. All right? So that is Society is becoming more addicted to digital technology. This, oh my God, man, I just dropped a video on this, but this is very true. Like I said, in my last video, everybody is glued to their damn phone nowadays. Whether that's a tablet, phone, computer, is glued to a damn device, basically. You know. But one global meta-analysis covering 24 countries found problematic smartphone use is increasing worldwide. In a recent U.S. survey, nearly 57% of adults even described themselves as addicted to their phones. So what does that tell you nowadays? It tells you that distraction is normal. And if you're able to have any type of focus, you damn near got a fucking superpower. Like literally. And that it's crazy to even think that, because not too long ago, focus and distractions wasn't even that big of a deal. I mean, of course you had things like TV and stuff like that and other things that people were distracting themselves with, but it was nowhere near the problem it is today when it comes to addictions. I feel like we were more focused, and now as a society and as people, we've very much strayed away from that shit. And I can kind of see why, because things are getting better and it's easier to get distracted. And the more fun things are, the easier it is to stray your focus away. Like, oh my God, that's why so many damn distractions nowadays, especially because they're making money off of our distractions. But last but not least, this is the most important way of why addiction is ruining your life. And that is because addiction damages relationships and the quality of your life. And that's because addiction, it often causes people to neglect family, friendships, hobbies, and responsibilities. Researchers note that addiction is defined by continuing a behavior despite harmful consequences, whether it's drugs, gambling, food, or social media. Over time, meaningful relationships are often replaced by the addictive habit. And this is very true. Very, very true. Just looking back at how many times I, decided, oh, let me go to the bathroom instead of like sitting in the living room watching a movie with my mom. Let me go to watch the hub, or let me go smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it really rips you away from the present moment now and everything and all the relationships you have. And it kind of makes you blind to the magnitude of the relationships you have around you. And like I said, man, whatever it is that has a hold on you, you don't want to be a slave to it. You don't want to be a slave to anything. So whatever you thinking about, I know you got something in your head right now, whether it's phone, hub, smoking, drinking, whatever it is, whatever you're thinking about, you know that you're a slave to that. And the thing about it is, I want you to realize this. Think about this. If you cannot let go of this vice that you have, it's a lot of things that are inevitable that are going to happen in this world. Especially if you have family, even if you don't have family, you have a loved one that you love. One day, you're going to have to see them die and lose them. And if you can't handle this or get rid of this addiction, it's going to be very hard for you to live and deal with and sit with the fact that you lost something that actually means something to you. And that right there is going to send you down a darker hole than if you were to just cut all of the addictions and things you're a slave to out right now. So just know, hey, whatever it is you're a slave to, I know whatever you thinking about in your head right now, I'm telling you, it's best to go ahead and cut all the vices and addictions out any type of way you can. Okay? Because at the end of the day, if you don't, that shit will lead you down a dark, dark hole. And one day, life is going to throw a situation at you where you're going to have to figure out how to live and cope without that addiction or repeat the same cycle. So with that being said, it's up to you. It's your choice. But I love y'all unconditionally regardless. And y'all stay grateful and appreciative. And get that addiction shit. Get that shit away from you. All right? Trey out.